What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Beginner Bike Giveaway Series. Thanks so much for joining me here today. We're once again working on the XSR, giving her little kisses and loves today. Of course, we got 2 episodes in a row with the XSR, giving her a lot of love. Today we're putting on this really neat, super minimal tail tidy. Spike, what do you think of that system over there?
I mean, this is pretty much the smallest tail tidy I've ever seen.
It's got to be the neatest setup I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's super low profile, and in case you're curious, it's actually going to cut all of this off.
Yep.
This gray piece, this giant piece, even this tail light, gone.
Yeah.
And it's all just going to be in this little LED strip here.
I think it's really going to clean up the rear end of this bike, and plus the exhaust, perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect bike. Yeah, I think the big thing that people think about whenever they do tail tidies is, you know, like, it's mostly for aesthetics. It looks cooler, kind of cleans it up. But to be honest, the stock fender does serve a purpose, right? Like, it's there to make sure that they're going to capture some dirt and grime that comes up, but...
going to keep you from getting that rooster tail up your back if you ride through a puddle.
Exactly, yeah, that's a big deal. What's funny, though, is even on my sled that has the stock fender on, I still get the rooster tail happening on the back. So, I mean, I kind of feel like it's worth it to chop it off and make it look cooler.
Honestly, yeah, and it's going to sit right here. It's going to be so neat and tidy, and I'm pretty sure our license plate is actually going to be under the, like, legitimately right up under the tail. Yeah, which is my favorite position for it, for sure. But in case you guys don't know, this is our giveaway XSR700. We're giving this bike away, a Triumph Street Triple 765R and a KTM Duke 390. If you want to learn how you can win those bikes or sign up to get access to our Discord server, exclusive content, and all kinds of cool stuff, hit the link down below to yammie.co and check that out. But let's get started with this install. Let's do it.
Alrighty, so according to the instructions, I think it's just a 4mm bolt. So we gotta get the seat off first, obviously.
Yep.
Boom.
It's terrible how little space there is under this
No
thing.
storage. That's the one downside of this bike. No storage, like, at all. But then this is a big plus side. This is gonna be so easy.
Yep.
I feel like I just cursed us and now it's gonna take forever.
It would appear that this set does not have a 4 in it.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Yeah, that'll fit.
Okay, perfect.
Looks to be about the same length too.
Well, it'll just go down to the shoulder and then we'll go from there.
For everyone at home, keep all your bolts. You never know when you'll need them. This is nice that they include 3 hex keys right here.
Yep. I mean, this is actually like a halfway decent little toolkit that's in here.
Yeah. But there's no space, so that's a sin we can't forgive. All right, now unplug all the stock connectors.
There you go.
There you go, little buddy. All right, is that 4? Yep.
That's all 4.
All right.
You know, exhausts may be the biggest, like, one-time change. Oh, that's already done.
Later.
Fast. So look at how, like, much is just exposed here. That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally just the frame. There's nothing else there.
You know what would be crazy, and I bet you people have already done it, is taken this subframe off.
Yeah.
Because the subframe bolt's right here.
I bet you people have turned that into, like, what's it called? When you, like, that little stumpy kind of look. It's not a brat seat, because that's what we're doing. What's it called whenever it's, like, chopped off like that?
Is that the bobber?
I guess, but it's not like a...
This wouldn't be a true bobber. But anyway, it's literally 1, 2, these bolts here, and these bolts here, and the whole subframe comes out. Dude, this platform's awesome.
Yeah, to mod and do stuff with, Super cool. Let me hold our sweet boy here. Let me see this. It's not that heavy, but yeah, it's just like very voluminous, you know? But the great thing is this new system doesn't utilize any of the old turn signals, none of the old lights, none of this shit, so you don't need to sit in there and dig all that out, you know what I mean? Because it's one of the most annoying parts of a tail tidy. So that's really cool. I want to just chunk it, but at the same time I don't. Somebody's about to tell you you're doing that wrong.
I know, that's just inevitable.
Actually, red flames aren't as hot as blue flames, so you should really find a burner that outputs blue flames instead of red ones, because it's gonna be the best way to get that.
And to complete it, the pièce de résistance. There she blows.
That is nice and neat. Look at that.
Dude, that's so much better.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Alrighty guys, we just wrapped up the install of the tail tidy and I think it looks pretty damn good. What do you think?
Yeah, this is, we were saying it earlier, this is by far the best tail tidy we've put on a bike to this point.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It fits the style perfectly. It's nice and bright, you know, because a lot of people have the concern with these strips here that they're a little dimmer. These are super bright, and we don't have hyper flash either, even though we went from incandescence in the back to LEDs.
Yeah, they seem to be flashing at the right rate. I really like how it's just so tucked in there. It's so nice and neat. You don't have to mess with pulling all that stuff out of the old one and making those blinkers work with that or whatever. That's a really common thing that they do. It's all just integrated right there. So hats off to New Rage. Pretty cool system. But yeah, I think let's go take it out for a ride and see how it looks on the road.
Sure.
Let's do it. That'll be good. Yeah.
Good enough. Oh, God damn it. Maybe he'll pull over too.
Yeah, so to give the folks at home context, we just pulled off on Destination Way here, trying to ride back up towards 1431, pretty little route here in Austin, to check out the new tail tidy on the XSR. And we did a bad because there's all this construction, so we gotta get the hell out of here. But man, look how good this thing looks. This little bike is spicy now, man. Stumpy little tail, full exhaust, completely transformed this thing.
And this is your first time on it since we swapped the exhaust. We did that yesterday.
Yeah, it's my first time riding it, and it's crazy how just doing that has given it that, you know, signature MT-07 feel that it's supposed to have. We were talking about it earlier, and I think the coolest thing about this bike, I would honestly get this over an MT-07 just because you can make this into a hooligan bike if you want, or you can get it from the factory, just have this awesome cruiser as well. It's a little more versatile.
Yeah, it's got so much going for it. Just, you know, you could literally build it into whatever. It's definitely the most moddable Japanese bike that I've seen in a while.
Yeah. And I mean, that tail tidy install was just so easy.
And there's a bunch of different kinds of tail tidies. If you want to retain that, you know, big circular tail light and stuff on there, you can. If you want to cut it off like we did, you can. There's so much out there for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real gem of a bike. And it's just crazy. Like I said, you know, all you got to do to make this thing just an absolute hooligan is to get these bars to be a little bit more forward and a little bit higher up, and then put some, you know, grippier tires on it, and you've got an absolute ripper of a bike.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so ready to go.
I mean, this mid-range punch, really good. Coupled with the fact that it weighs like 400 pounds, I mean, this thing is awesome.
It weighed like 400 pounds before we removed 15 or 20 pounds worth of crap from it.
Yeah. Yeah, and as I was doing off camera before we started filming, it'll clutch up in third gear pretty good too, so in more experienced hands, you could do third gear clutch up wheelies with this thing, which is pretty nuts.
You had it in like second gear, you were able to get it like a foot or like maybe even 2 feet off the ground. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, second gear is this bike's sweet spot for wheelies. You can clutch up all day. Super fun. If we get some close conditions here, I'll give it a shot.
All right, I think if you wanted to try a little bit of goonage, well, we got another corner coming up, darn.
I'll try a second gear here, I'll slow it down. Yeah, comes up, no problem. It's still an MT-07.
Now, again, just imagine that in your little adventure bike package.
Oh, man.
And there's your Tenere 700.
Oh, I want to ride a Tenere 700 so bad. It'd be like this, but with like scrambler vibes and like super tall suspension. Oh, that'd be so fun. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Yamaha just knocks it out of the park with these MT bikes.
Yeah, if you're just a street boy, it's the bike to get. Just go get yourself an MT bike.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong. I mean, unless you're a diehard, you know, KTM or Kawasaki fan or something, the MT is just such a knockout bike.
Man, they're dirt cheap.
Yeah, honestly, all of them are really cheap for what they are. I mean, this bike, I got it out of the door for a little under $5,500 if I remember correctly. And I bought the MT-07 last year for $100.
Damn.
Yeah, just while we're waiting here, just listen to this thing. That's crazy.
It's excellent.
That's so good. I like how this bike has really grown on you. You're really starting to dig the XSR, huh?
Yeah, I did not like it when we first got on because it was just so muted and so numb. Didn't really have any personality. Now that it's awakened quite a bit, there's something to love, you know?
Totally.
Like, I question somebody who's still rocking a stock pipe on their XSR. Like, what are you doing?
Man,
why?
You gotta get a pipe on that thing, man. You got to get a pipe on it.
But man, I'm just looking at it blinking away under you. That's so nice.
Looks good, huh?
It's convenient that this blinker section is like, I don't know, 4 inches long.
Yep.
So it can be easily seen from the side.
Mm-hmm. That's a feature that not a lot of people think about for their blinkers.
And I know some people out there are going to be like, oh, it's just a little LED strip. It's not going to be that visible.
It's pretty visible, huh?
Yeah, it's totally visible.
Yeah.
In direct sunlight, it can be a little tough, but give me a brake light that isn't, and at night, no worries.
Yeah. Here, I'll pass by in front of you. I'll flash the brakes a couple times, and you tell me how it looks.
Totally fine. Very distinct.
Totally fine?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting to note that on the Rizoma kit that we paid like a load of money for
the CB?
Yeah, we had the tail light, or the license plate light didn't work.
Yeah.
But this was a little bit cheaper. New Rage Cycles, kind of a small brand, and it worked right out of the box. All the connections were fine, and there was no muss, no fuss.
For everyone, full disclosure, you know, we don't have any type of arrangement with them or anything. We bought that at retail just because we liked the way it looked and just wanted to put it on the bike. So, you know, it's a pretty unbiased review of the tail tidy, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's see here about a little. That was weak. Hold on.
More yeet energy. There you go.
Doing it in traffic always freaks me out a little bit. I'm always like, well, a little too much, a little too risky. Yeah, the XSR, it's like a really, I mean, this platform, the MT-07 platform, is like a fine cut of meat, you know? And I say this as a vegan, but it's like a fine cut of meat that, you know, all you got to do is add a little bit of, you know, a little bit of olive oil, a little salt, grill it to perfection. It just elevates it way beyond what it comes out of the box, you know?
Yup. And I think that's the mark of a bike that is a fun bike to own, you know?
Yeah.
There's a point with a lot of other bikes, and we're going to run into this with, say, the Duke and the Street Triple, where there's just nothing to do to that bike, you know?
Yeah.
All Street Triples, in my opinion, look about the same.
Yeah.
You put an exhaust on it, you get some mirrors for the bar end, you do this, that, and the other thing, and it's very small incremental changes. This you can do crazy stuff like we talked about in the garage. You could cut the whole subframe off.
Yeah,
if you
honestly,
wanted to.
It's right there. You could probably just bolt it right off.
It's really cool to see a bike kind of embrace that sort of Mr. Potato Head quality.
I mean, the XSR and the MT-07 platforms, they're very similar to how bikes used to be, right? They gave you a you know, meat and potatoes simple platform that you could do a lot of stuff with. I think of like the old UJMs and some of the bikes from the 90s as well, that they were simple and you could, you know, do a lot of stuff to them, make them your own.
It's really cool that we're starting to see that again, because there's something to having a XSR or any bike really that's entirely your own, and you put it next to another one and it's not going to look the same, you know?
Yeah. And I was telling you this earlier, but like, I mean, this bike with the power that it has, the sound it makes, the way it looks, the way I'm sitting on it, I mean, this is awesome. Like, this is an awesome motorcycling experience for the street. And I say that as a guy with a lot of seat time on a bunch of different bikes. Like, I would reach for this key over and over again. This bike's awesome.
Yeah. And I know it's probably going to have me, you know, lambasted, but I'd rather ride that than the Street Triple. Because
honestly, yeah, for the street, for sure.
Because it's just the ergonomics are so comfortable. Just the way it delivers power is so usable, and
yeah,
it's not too much, you know?
It's playful and not serious, you know?
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, this bike is playful versus the Street Triple is very serious, kind of like, all right, you know, 120 horsepower, super serious sport bike, you know, kind of leaned over, your butt's all up in the air. Like, that's cool, but that wears off kind of fast. This is something that is more well-rounded, I would say.
Yes.
And man, just knowing that the tail is all stumpy now and hearing that exhaust, this bike's so cool.
I can't wait till we get some of the other bits and bobs on there that we have coming. It's gonna look so good.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate trying to fight back a sneeze inside of a helmet.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yep.
Especially if you're mid-corner and you're like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Not like this. Oh, one point I will deduct from the XSR and the MT-07s, I really wish they came with the slipper clutch. That would make this bike almost perfect. Because it is a shame, you know, blipping down a gear, if you don't get it exactly right, it just ends up kind of just shuttering the rear wheel a little bit. Wow, look at this view over here.
Yeah, that's awesome. God damn.
This is a nice little road. Look at that.
Wow.
All right, this is a hit for sure.
I guess if we're deducting points from the MT, or the XSR, the MT XSR, same thing.
Yeah.
I would get rid of that stupid circular dash. That is really just butt ugly on there.
Yeah, I would love to see if it plugs up exactly to the original MT-07 dash, because then I would just swap that. I mean, it's just like a, you know, like a stupid mod to do, but it would look a lot cooler, you know?
Yep. Because that thing is just, it's a eyesore.
It's really not a good thing to look at, yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing I'd do is I'd swap out the headlight for an actual ring light. That would be really nice. Get up on this bike right here, look at that. Oh,
Meanwhile, the VFR is like, what the f are you doing?
It's like, what is this?
For those of you who are wondering, I rode this bike literally only because it's cold and I have hand warmers on it.
Yeah, we were going to take out a giveaway bike with the XSR, but then poor Spite's little little baby hands couldn't be cold. Can't handle the coldness like a real man. Just kidding, I hated myself the whole ride. I was so cold. That's a nice shot, look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
You get the exhaust, the tail tidy, and the water. Nice.
It really does look excellent all done up like this.
It's a sweet bike, man.
I cannot wait, though, till we get this sorted.
Yeah, that would be good to get that. I mean, it's so easy to swap it out, right? Look at that.
Yep.
Just right there. Boom, boom. Easy peasy. Well, I'd say the tail tidy was a success.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's so desperately needed, in my opinion.
Look at it from right here, because the tail is gone and you see the new exhaust.
That's just awesome.
That's nice, isn't it?
It looks so good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, this is a bike that even for me as an experienced motorcyclist would be totally happy to own. I tell people all the time that I think the MT-07 XSR700 is like the MT to get. Like, it's the best one.
Having not ridden an MT-07, I'd rather have the XSR just because of the, you know, mods that we've already done to it. The fact that they're out there and the way it sounds, excellent.
Yeah, what a cool bike. Well, I think we've waxed poetic about it enough. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thanks so much for checking it out. And remember, we're giving away this XSR700. I wish I could keep it, but I can't. Because if I did, that would be fraud, and someone would get mad at me. So, can't do that. So, someone's going to be winning this bike. Why not make it you? Click the link down below. Check it out. Join our Discord server where Spite and I are there every day, along with... There's so many members now, but active the other day, like literally active was like 200-something people, right? Just right in there. So lots of folks to help and check out, and you know, skill levels from expert all the way to beginners. So don't feel afraid if you don't know anything, or if you're an experienced guy, want to jump in there too. It's pretty cool. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.